You know guys, in today's video, I think I'm gonna have somewhat of a different tone than usual because on the regular when I'm making these videos, I tend to keep it a bit humorous. You know, I tell some lighthearted and some dark-hearted jokes like directed at gooch slickers, fanboys, developers, surely Activision. And a very common theme here is that on the overall, I'm really not the biggest fan of any of these modern COD games starting from MW 2019 to the present day. Which is why, when they announced that World War II was coming out on Game Pass not too long ago, I was actually pretty excited. I threw up a stream. It was one of my most successful streams yet. If you pulled up to that, by the way, thank you so much. That support was fucking crazy. By the end of it, I actually still felt as though I wanted to play a little bit more or even have another stream on it. But then I realized we're dealing with fucking Activision, and of course, we have found ourselves in a situation where you can't even play World War II or any of the older Call of Duty games that come out on PC Game Pass, no matter how much they promote it, because the game is still hacked to shit. It's unfortunate, and I'm gonna get into it all right now, but before I do, I need you guys to do me a quick favor, okay? Whether or not you are a part of that World War II stream, I'm gonna need you to backhand slap the dog shit out of the like button right now. That button that says subscribe, by the way, yeah, you're gonna have to press it immediately because we are on the way to 50,000 subscribers. We've been making crazy ass progress. The streams have been fun as fuck. And you know what to do down in the comments below. Hashtag Fooly50. And guys, I haven't even played Season 4 Reloaded, but if you want to catch me playing it for the first time and get an honest review on it, I'm going to be streaming it, so tune in for that. And unfortunately, I have to play that game instead of playing a game like World War II because, again, you can't fucking play World War II. Well, actually you can, but if you end up playing it on PC Game Pass, the threats and the dangers of playing that game severely outweigh the possibility of enjoying your time on the game itself. Which is why I'm gonna tell you guys, honestly, it sucks to say, but don't even bother if you're on PC Game Pass, if you're on Steam or Battle.net, it's really not fucking worth it. And just to show you guys what I'm talking about, this is a tweet that comes out from our good old friend, Doug Dimmadome Warzone.
Fuck you, Doug!
Reports of Call of Duty World War II being unsafe to play on PC Game Pass due to RCE exploits. If you're going to play on PC Game Pass at the moment, be aware that there are numerous people reporting having this happen to them. And this guy has a screenshot of some random ass message popping up on his screen saying something like, Mark E. Major just RCE'd your ass, which is fucking heinous, man. Like, that is fucking evil. If you guys don't know what an RCE is, by the way, here's a couple of explanations. So this guy says, I'm fucking stupid. What's an RCE? Doug says, basically means someone is allowed to remotely access your PC and do shit you don't want them to do. And somebody elaborates even further and says, RCE, remote code execution, is a vulnerability that lets someone run any code on your computer remotely without your permission. This means they can potentially open programs, access files, install malware, steal data, and take full control of your system. It allows an attacker to do almost anything on your PC as if they were physically using it.
God, please, no! 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 No!
Guys, what the flying fuck is going on with Call of Duty to the point where even in the modern era of Call of Duty, if you were to go back on something that they are physically promoting currently on this current day, that you can play a game like World War II, which isn't even that much older than MW 2019, on a free-to-play platform like PC Game Pass, the game has been rendered completely unplayable unless you want to run the risk of having this shit happen to you. Like, are you fucking dog shitting me? Activision, you guys are the ones in collaboration with Microsoft to even get this game on that platform, and you're telling me you didn't think twice at all about maybe, I don't know, cleaning the game up, potentially implementing some sort of anti-cheat to prevent this bullshit from happening, or to beef up the security so that people don't have the potential of losing their data to some fucking virgin online somewhere in their mother's fucking basement doing this nonsense? That thought didn't occur to you people? And before anybody gets in the comments section, any of these gooch slickers crying about, oh my god, you just find anything to complain about, man. Brother, please realize that that a lot of the people in the comment section are the people that label me as a rage baiter, that I have nothing positive to say about Call of Duty. You guys have literally witnessed me express an emotion of hype and excitement and positivity at the thought of these older Call of Duty games being available on PC Game Pass, a platform that I personally use, giving me the ability to enjoy those games again and relive those moments instead of playing this current set of garbage that we have. Like the biggest Call of Duty rage baiter on YouTube has found something to be strictly positive about, and now that has been completely crushed and tarnished at the hands of Activision and these virgins that have no type of accountability, that are gonna face absolutely no consequence because of Activision's incompetence and fucking greed. If you're wondering how the greed plays into this, understand that so many of these gooch slickers are going to be defending Activision from people like myself, from our criticism.
Yo, don't be dissing my niggas, dog. They're my friends.
Even though our criticism is so totally fucking valid, the fact that Activision has billions upon billions to potential trillions of dollars, they can easily make it happen so that any of those games that end up on PC Game Pass have a buffed up security net, that there's an actual anti-cheat that works, and even that there's other forms of support like, I don't know, the ability to have crossplay, which would just benefit everybody. Guys, please understand that all of those things are completely possible, and I'd argue they're extremely easy to do given the amount of money that you have. Sure, I couldn't be able to fucking do it because guess what? I didn't go to school and get a degree in any of the type of coding and shit that goes into the development of those things. Guess who did? The people who work at Activision. And when you are given the luxury of billions upon billions of dollars at your disposal, and you have infinite amounts of resources everywhere, your negligence towards these old games that if I weren't playing on PC Game Pass, I'd still have to pay full price for, is absolutely fucking absurd. And if I sound like a Karen, I don't give a flying fuck, man. Check out this tweet from this guy who puts it out very, very point blank for everybody to understand. This guy named Joker says, remember, Activision took down fan-made clients to release old Call of Duty titles to Game Pass in an unsafe state. I need you guys all to remember the atrocities that occurred to SM2 and H2M. Sure, they were modded clients, but one of them, if I'm not mistaken, you actually needed a copy of the original Modern Warfare game on Steam to even access the potential of playing on a modded version of that IP with actual populated servers, actual protection against your data, with essentially the addition of remastered content in a game where you didn't have certain forms of content. Like, you could use certain guns that didn't exist in COD 4, and you could just play COD 4 with those guns or with the original guns, and everybody was hyped about it, man. Some people made videos on it, some people actually got to play it. When you think back on the potential existence of SM2, where all of the Call of Duty games that you loved, all of the fan favorite moments and aspects of those games all came down into one client, you were actually hyped about that if you had the potential to play it. And Activision took that opportunity away from everybody for the sole purpose that those games would eventually come out on PC Game Pass as a part of the acquisition with Microsoft. And before any of you fucking gooch licking pussies, okay, let me emphasize this, pussies, get in here talking about, oh, that's copyright infringement.
Oh my god! I got you in 4K! Just dick rot it!
Brother, copyright these fucking balls onto your forehead, bitch. Alright, Activision would have benefited monetarily, okay, even with money, they would have benefited from the existence of some of these clients. But no, Activision took them down in the scummiest way possible, by the way, if you remember, just to have those games come back on PC Game Pass, while doing absolutely nothing to ensure the safety of the fucking players. Do you understand how twisted and backwards that is? Like, do you understand why people are frustrated with Activision? If you're not getting it and you're still defending them in the comments, or if you're trying to criticize me for criticizing them, calling it repetitive or rage bait or hate content, like, dude, get a fucking grip. Alright, in no way, shape, or form could this be looked at in a positive light or even in a neutral light, assuming you're somebody with interest in the old Call of Duty games, which is arguably a larger majority of people than you can even imagine, especially considering the current state of these games where We're already experiencing hackers and cheaters in the current titles. Motherfuckers don't want to deal with that. They don't want to deal with the modern version of SBMM, all these cringy cosmetics and monetized bundles. Nobody wants to deal with that shit. They want to go play the older games as soon as it's available on PC Game Pass. You're telling me when you hop on it, there's a threat that somebody can essentially hijack your PC? Are you dog shitting me? And Activision has done absolutely nothing about this. The closest thing we have to a potential answer, and I use that with the most speculation possible, the potential answer from Activision comes in the form of this tweet from COD Updates. Maintenance is scheduled for July 2nd between 3 a.m. and 7 a.m. Pacific Standard Time for the below titles. Players will be unable to log into these COD titles during this window. MW 2019 Part 3 and 2, World War II, Black Ops 3, Advanced Warfare, Ghost, Black Ops 2, Modern Warfare 3, Black Ops, and Modern Warfare 2. Where the fuck is Infinite Warfare on this? Some people are speculating that they're adding advanced security to these games, or they're implementing an anti-cheat trying to fix the game of all of these goddamn virgins. But that's yet to be confirmed, and honestly, from my opinion and my expertise in this situation, having dealt with Activision as publishers for like 15 fucking years, I highly doubt they're doing any of those things. I genuinely think this is something as simple as them trying to implement the Season 4 Reloaded update into the COD HQ, and there's a potential for that update to fuck up all of these other titles, so they're just making them unavailable so that people don't see that happen firsthand. Other people are speculating that they're adding a majority of these games to Xbox and PC Game Pass, which sounds like a viable thing that could happen, like it sounds possible, but again, if World War II has an RCE problem that is a direct threat and danger to the community and player base, how would it be any different for any of these other games? And when they have every opportunity and every resource and every amount of money in the world to support these older games and the player base that has interest in those games, and they choose to do nothing with it, yeah, Activision is the enemy, and if you try to defend them from people like myself criticizing them, guess what that makes you, you fucking fat barbaric bitch? That makes you the enemy too. But that's gonna do it for me today, guys. I'm curious to know what you guys think about all this. What are your thoughts on older games having this horrible, horrible problem that Activision refuses to acknowledge or fix? Let me know down in the comments below, and if you enjoyed today's video, make sure to leave a like, subscribe if you're new, hit the bell notifications to stay up to date with my newest videos. And yeah, guys, it's been the boy Fooly. Have yourselves a good one. I'm out of here. Peace.